Este es un programa pagado. Los comentarios que se hagan en el mismo no representan necesariamente la opinión de JJ Publicidad y Entre Mujeres Radio.
Ang buhay, buhay, buhay sa Amerika. Mabubuhay ka sa Amerika kahit mahirap ka ha. Basta't kasama mo kababayan mo, maligaya ka na dito sa Amerika. Sa buhay-buhay sa Amerika.
Uy mga kababayan, kapuso at kapamilya, oras na para magsama-sama tayo para sa isang oras na kwentuhan na magbibigay ng aral at inspirasyon. Dito lang sa ating programang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhia Luz.
Hola mga kababayan, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. This is Rhia Luz of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, right at home at Entre Mujeres Radio. And today, I am so excited because I'm finally back at the home studio, Entre Mujeres Radio. And very special guest I have. Look at this young, amazing, energetic media pioneers of Arizona for our young people. Hinihingal ako. So, now I can feel like I'm old. Just few minutes before the show, I have to run to get something. And now I'm so excited to have the president of AIM. AIM stands for Association of International Media at ASU, which is Arizona State University. The president himself, Mr. Kevin Hornsby.
Yes.
Woo! And we got the vice president, Miss Shalina Baysan, right next to me. Can you imagine the energy that is pumping right in my veins today? I need to look younger.
Tita, you're so young.
Oh, thank you so much. So, Shalina, Kevin, please greet our audience and let them know you are here at Entre Mujeres Radio.
Go ahead. Mr. President.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kevin Hornsby. I'm the president of the Association of International Media, ASU. Our goal is to promote culture and diversity through film and media.
Woo! And Shalina?
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Shalina. I'm the vice president of AIM, and I'm here along with Kevin just to showcase our studio talk today, which we will be doing with Tita Rhia in a little bit.
Yes, this is actually going to be a different show because usually I am the one interviewing people. But today, it would be a different ball game because I'm going to have Shalina because this is the story. Kevin, the president, has asked me if he can interview me for media talk. And so studio talk,
yeah.
Sorry.
No worries.
There's a lot of media right now. Thank you, Kevin.
No worries.
Kevin was so gracious to ask me if I can be interviewed for this studio talk. And then I said, why not? Why not bring it to Entre Mujeres Radio, so this AIM, Association of International Media of ASU, can have broader audience. And we are actually live via Facebook, Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika page, and YouTube channel of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, and Entre Mujeres Radio. And plus, soon, Kevin is going to make a video about this, and you will be able to watch it through Studio Talk. Right, Kevin? Is that the point?
Correct.
So, in today's broadcast, Shalina will be asking me questions.
Yep.
And if you have question, please feel free to send a question as long as it's not below the belt. I can answer that, right, Shalina? I think Shalina will be able to screen and read your comments. And so that is our goal today. But first thing, Kevin, tell us more what inspired you to create this AIM
What
or
inspired
media talk,
what-
studio talk.
Studio talk. What really inspired me is that I'm a film major at ASU, same as Shalina, and we were thinking about how we can just, if we can't film them, we might as well bring them in and to show their culture, their diversity through film and media. And we're later on in October and November, we're gonna have some more special guests, and to help get more opportunities also for the students.
Yay! That's exciting.
Yeah.
And Shalina, what inspired you to take up this role? Because I know you had been very active in ASU. You are the past president of PASA ASU, and now you're on your senior year, majoring in film and minor in business. And now you even took more responsibility. In fact, coming here, Shalina just came out of school. She's also rushing. Both of these two are very, very busy kids. Oh, no longer kids. Very busy young people here in Arizona who are truly the driving force of the young Fil-American in our community. And we applaud you, Kevin and Shalina, for taking the role and taking the lead. I'm sure many others will follow your footsteps.
I sure hope so, honestly. There's so many great talents that I've been noticing the last few years coming out of not even just the film scene, but just the community in general. And like segueing back to your question earlier, what inspired me to like join Kevin in this endeavor with creating this club was because we were part of the Herberger International Student Council, right? And we sort of just were taking on smaller projects. We were helping up with IFA from last year. And then so the group that we started doing that with, we're like, let's just make it an official club. So with Kevin being our head, you know, he sort of pushed us to do this. We created the club so that we can highlight the international part of ASU just in general, instead of not only highlighting the Asian community, but everyone. And then from that, Studio Talk was, you know, created.
Great. And I know you mentioned IFA, which we need to mention again. The president of IFA, Mr. Iman Basas-Turco, that I probably have helped ignite more interest among the filmmakers to create more entries. Maybe at this time it's they're all putting on their ideas because we cannot film outside, but I'm sure after this pandemic there will be more videos that you'll be able to create. And so thank you, Iman Basas-Turco, the president and founder of IFA, for igniting this inspiration to our young filmmakers, since you and Kevin were part of that. Yeah, that's where I met Kevin. And I saw his work and I saw your work and inspired me. My gosh, what can the young people can do nowadays? The last one was just film using cell phone. And so the sky's the limit to what you can do. And so how can people get involved and be part of your initiative?
People can follow us at Arizona State AIM on Instagram, Facebook. If you're a student on campus, you can also just type up Arizona State AIM for 𝐁𝐮𝐡𝐚𝐲.
And
so, yeah. And then if you guys have any more questions for us too, all it is just Arizona State AIM at gmail.com. Arizona State AIM at gmail.com.
And you have a YouTube channel as well, Kevin?
I myself do. We also have one that we're still building up for the club as well.
And what's your YouTube channel so we can subscribe?
All right, Kevin Hornsby Visuals, and that's that's my YouTube.
So make sure that after this interview you type in the comment, because the more comments we get today, we get the chance to give this beautiful Coach wallet made care of sponsored by the Baysan production. Imagine we got this is legit. This is a real Coach wallet that has been provided to us by Baysan production. To whoever comment to us on our YouTube channel, YouTube broadcast, the first 100 comment will get this. If you are in Arizona.
Yes, yeah. So
But if you are in the Philippines,
yeah, so all you have to do is subscribe to Tita Rhia's Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika YouTube
and Shalina
and also
Baysan.
my YouTube channel is just Shalina Baysan, and then whoever is the 100th person to make a comment on the YouTube live. If you're in Arizona, you will get this, and then if you're in the Philippines, you will get a load of 100 pesos. Yeah, almost.
And we should add Kevin Hornsby's
Yes.
YouTube
Yeah.
channel too. So you got 3-in-1 po. 3 channels you can get when you subscribe to Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. Please subscribe to Buhay Buhay sa Amerika and Shalina Baysan's channel and Kevin Hornsby. It's spelled
Kevin Hornsby Visuals.
Kevin Hornsby Visual. Make sure you type it in, on the comments.
I can do it right now.
Yes. So make sure, and that is Shalina Baysan's. And now, Shalina has 100, how many?
113.
113 subscriber. Good job, Shalina. I started with less than 100 when I started in YouTube. And that is Kevin Hornsby Visuals. Wow, ganda ng YouTube channel ni Kevin, no? Create, discover, and inspire. So, hit that subscribe button. Can you also show my YouTube channel?
The one and only.
So it was a promotion of our channels anyway. So it's nowadays, what we were talking here a while ago is how media is no longer in competition with one another. It is about collaboration with everybody. Yan po yung aking YouTube channel, Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. So please click the red subscribe button and hit the bell button. Subscribe all so you can be able to follow and join us. Ayan, meron na tayong live right there. So I'm not open in my YouTube channel right now, but I'm sure whoever are watching us on YouTube, please comment, and the more comments you make, the more chances you get to receive this Coach wallet and the chance to win the 100 peso load if you are are in Philippines. So maraming salamat po. And up, you can just see on the screen are the people who actually help us at Buhay Buhay sa Amerika on our last project, and we thank everyone for helping us to bring about more than 50 plus bags of food that we were able to give to the community. So those are that one that you can see up that says thank you donors. They are all very, very supportive to Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. So please support them, like Ate Ethel Lusario of West USA Realty, and soon we'll have another show with Ate Ethel as well. And Women's Federation for World Peace, the Baysan Production, Lani Relyamas Patubo, Lutong Bahay, Forex Arizona LLC, Dr. Lone Dow, and of course our CFO Secretary Judge Francisco Acosta, all the way from Philippines, even help us on that project. And that's Lani Relyamas Patubo of Fans, and Entre Mujeres Radio also supported us, and many others. It will come out shortly. And maraming salamat po. We'll mention them later on. So, Kevin and Shalina, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
They're born ready. So, as we have our first commercial, you'll be seeing Kevin later on doing the camera. That's his forte. He'll be taking, will be shooting and helping us with the conversation with Shalina later on. So at this time, we will be back for more. And if you have a question, Please send your comments below. See you soon.
At magbabalik po ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis!
Women's Federation for World Peace is an NGO in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. We are women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God by empowering women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. For more information and to become a member, visit our website at wfwp.us today. Congratulations, Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika!
Hello, it's Dr. Nancy Knows, debuting her first show and special guest celebrity Nick Lowry. He is a Kansas City Chief Hall of Famer, and he will be here to shed some information on what he's been doing in the community and how impactful it is. So you don't want to miss it Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Entre Mujeres Radio and eMotion Radio and drnancyknows.com.
At muli pong nagbabalik ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika ni Rhia Luz.
Hola mga kababayan, this is Rhia Luz po. Nagbabalik ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika right at Entre Mujeres Radio, ang tahanan ng buhay-buhay sa Amerika dito sa Arizona. At kasama ko ang maganda at napakatalinong anak ni Sharon at Robert Baysan. No other than Shalina Bianca Baysan. Ngayon po, ako naman ang tatanungin ni Shalina. This time I have to talk in English because it's an international Association of International Media of AIM is watching us at this time. So this is the time Shalina will be the one to ask me questions. So ako po ngayon ang guest, or the guest will be the one to ask me question. Shalina will be the host instead of me. So Shalina, are we ready?
Oh, are you ready?
That is the question. Am I ready? This is the first time that I will be interviewed on my own show. So, okay, Shalina.
Yeah, we're ready. Alrighty. Well, first off, thank you so much for having us in collaboration with AIM here. It's always been, like, I love watching your show. It's always
Thank
great
you.
to see everyone collaborating in the community, and I love how you always highlight everyone, not only just yourself. So I think it's about time that you got highlighted a little bit, especially in the community out in East Side, Tempe area. First off, though, like, where did you start in the beginning? Like, where did you come from in the Philippines?
Oh, thank you. I thought, like, where did I start? I actually came from Prensa, Marilao, Bulacan. It is a small barrio, which is a small town a small barangay in north part of Manila, just few hours away from Manila. Yes.
And then what was it like for you to grow up in the Philippines compared to everything?
Since I am the seventh child of a mom who became a widow at 34 with 7 children to feed. My dad died when I was only 11 months old. So you can imagine it must not be a very pretty sight and not a very luxurious childhood, because my mom is a farmer and she only has a 3rd grade education, but she never missed to feed us. So that's the beauty. Growing up, I'm always I would consider myself like a wallpaper. No one notices you. I'm a very dark-skinned kid and not rich. So you can imagine it's pretty lonely. I'm actually a loner and not many friends, because when you don't have the confidence, you don't have self-esteem, the more you feel like it's harder for you to reach to people. So that's how I am when I grew up.
Gotcha. Like, I can totally relate to that too, like growing up being dark, a little bit darker than a lot of other people. But I mean, now, like looking back to what you're saying about how you grew up and seeing you now, like it's great to see, you know, how you ended up coming from the Philippines. So I
Thank
mean,
you.
you're like an inspiration to a lot of people in the community already.
Thank you. Thank you. I wish, that is my hope, you know, even as I was growing up in that kind of environment, and nobody will notice you. But in my deep inside me, I always long that someday I want to give honor to my hometown. That is my wish, that I can bring honor to my hometown. And I hope, friends sa Marilaw, Bulacan, I hope you are watching, and I hope you are inspired, and I hope I can bring you something that can make you proud. Thank you.
Of course.
Mahirap palang maging Miss Universe. Ang hirap ng question.
You're doing a great job. I do have one question. So you were a registered nurse, di ba po?
Yes.
What was your journey going into that, like your education?
Oh, since you asked that, the journey, growing up, you know, I was mentioning how I feel like when I was a kid, and I long to be a radio host. That is my deepest desire. But I had to put that and forget that idea, because there's no way I can make it to Philippines with the outlook that I have at that time. So luckily I became a nurse, and that became a avenue for me to come to America. And I'm so glad that I became a nurse.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ulitin mo nga yung question mo. Pwede pang ulitin question.
Well, I mean, that's a good segue, I think. Like, your journey, like, why did you choose to become a nurse, like, just in general? Like,
Sabi ko sa'yo, nanenervyos ako. Ako ngayon ang ninervyos. Why I choose to become a nurse? Yes, I choose to be a nurse because I love helping people. And at the time, everybody wants to come to America. And what's the easiest way to come to America? Be a nurse. And of course, as Filipinos, our way of going to America is our way of chance to help our family back home.
And then, so when did you come to America po?
I came in 1993. It was in July of 1993.
Okay. And then was that before or after you met your husband?
I actually, right after.
Okay.
Right after. I got married in 92.
Okay.
Yes.
And can you talk a little bit about how you met Noel and your love story?
Ooh, my favorite subject. My love story. Everybody loves love story, right? I hope my love story can inspire people. Since you mentioned my husband's name is Noel. Hello, my husband. Yes, that is actually our love story. We were married to each other by the Reverend and Mrs. San Myung Moon through picture. And my husband and I, that picture that you can see are actually, I put them together because we were not at the same place when we were married. We were matched by picture. I was in Korea at the Seoul Olympic Stadium, 1988 Olympic Stadium, and he is in Africa and in watching us via satellite. And we never meet each other until 4 years later. And it was in that picture right there is our civil wedding anniversary, civil wedding in Africa, which is actually today.
Oh, yeah.
Today is our anniversary in Africa. That's a little bit of our love story. It took us 4 years to finally meet, even though we consider ourselves married, married by God, but without a paper. It is a commitment to each other that we will love each other beyond race, beyond color, beyond religion. And through that, we feel that through international marriage we can start and help the realization of world peace.
Yeah.
Ang bigat eh, no?
How did you guys get involved with that? How did you guys
We were both part of Unification Church, and during that time we asked our founder, Reverend Moon, to choose our spouse. And I submit my picture and he submitted his picture. We had to undergo several requirements for us to even be recommended to be in that matching. First, you have to even go through 7-day fasting and be celibate for at least 2 years, and to undergo seminars and workshop to understand the value of marriage, the value of husband and wife unity, and how our family can be a channel to a peaceful world, a better world. And that is actually, you could see, is the mass wedding where we participated. In that, I was way up in close to the flagpole. That's the only thing I remember in that huge stadium. So it is more than that. Imagine 30,000 couples all together, and many of them are actually out in their different countries. It was via satellite. I was holding a picture, his picture, as a bride wearing that white bridal gown, but without a spouse. But I enjoyed, and I truly appreciate our founder for allowing me to meet such a man, to be able to receive the blessing of marriage through this international mass wedding in 1992. Because through marrying my husband, who is actually an African, and I never expect I will be marrying an African in the beginning, since we were talking about how dark is our color of our skin. I really was thinking God will give me a lighter color man, so I can overcome my color. My children will have a different color, a better color than me. But I appreciate our marriage, because marrying a black man, I was able to overcome my prejudice about my color, and I realized that it is not the color of one's skin that is important, but it is the character. And I appreciate my husband even more today than 28 years before and ago.
Wow. I mean, just seeing you guys sometimes too, whenever we're going to your house or going out anywhere, you guys are such a loving couple, and I'm honestly, I'm just honored to know you guys just from that. Like your guys' journey before we got to know each other a little bit more over the years. Like it was like, what was it like? Like what was the experience like of? Because it's rare, not rare, I should say, but it's not everyone gets an international marriage. Like what was that like having to go through that?
To have a different nationality as your spouse, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a lot that you have to go through, because it's you can see my beautiful kids. Sorry, I got thrown. The question was having an international marriage is actually a lot of work. Just like any marriage, I believe husband and wife, men and women are so different, but much more so when you have to marry someone from a different nationality. Because my husband initially speaks French, and for 4 years we communicate by letters only. He wrote in French, and I have to write in English, and to find someone to translate that letter, it takes a lot. And then finally we meet, and that's a new ball game. You have to learn this person. Now finally, not only through letter, you have to relate to each other, and so many cultural differences that we have, and you have to overcome. But it's something that the beauty of this international marriage is we know what we went to, what we are going to. We know that we're going to receive many struggles and obstacles along the path, But because we were part of this 30,000 other international couples, we have the 30,000 support. And I believe with God's help, we made it through 28 years. It was God who many times you just need to say, Heavenly, many times I say, Heavenly Father, you put us together, and you're the only one who can put us to keep this marriage strong. And that is what kept the marriage, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great story. I know the other day when we were talking with Kevin about it, you had a little bit more to say. Like, what, something like segueing from that conversation, like, what was it, like, how did you go to meet him in the first time?
Yes, I actually have to be the one to, this is the thing. Our marriage, we did not have courtship. The only courtship we have was by letter writing. And then, can you imagine, for us Filipinas, we are actually expecting our husband to pamper us, court us, woo us, and really do everything. But in my case, I was the one who actually went there, married my husband, and went to Africa on my own with $350 on my pocket.
Oh, wow.
to stay in Africa for 3 weeks. And I quit my job because I want to, I left my job. I got an offer before going to Africa, but I told the boss, no, I can't take the job, but because I have to marry my husband. I have to marry this man from Africa. And she says, you crazy? And so I went to Africa without money, without secured job. She promised me she'll wait for me, but of course nobody can wait for you for 3 weeks. But luckily, I was able to go to Africa, even with that amount of money, with the faith that I have to meet the guy, because I feel if I don't meet him, I will regret that for the rest of my life. So I am so blessed that I followed my gut and my heart, and I met my husband for the first time. And now we're together.
Yeah. What was it like moving? So you guys got married before you moved here, right? What
Yes.
was it like doing that, like coming to America?
Oh, well, I still have to come back after 3 weeks of meeting, getting to know you. 1 week of courtship. Second week is our marriage, and the third week is honeymoon, and then went back home in America. Luckily, that job that was waiting for me at St. Mary's Hospital, my boss, hello, Miss So-Young Choi, thank you so much for giving me the chance. She still waited for me. The job came. As soon as I arrived, I was able to get that job. So it took us another year before we can meet each other, because I had to go back to Africa and finally bring him home.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
gotcha.
it's a long process. Yes.
Well, I mean, if anything, that might have just made your marriage a lot stronger. Just the
Oh,
hardships
yes.
that you had to go through.
I was telling many people I was not in love for that 4 years, but after marrying my husband in '96 and meeting him, I suddenly fell head over heels in love. That I call him every day for the whole 1 year. That's where the money went.
Hit the load.
Yes, 700. Sometime I paid $700 of phone call,
Oh, wow.
phone bill alone. Can you imagine that? So yes, oh my God, ang ating mga kababayan sa YouTube ay nagtatamsak na. Hayan, si Santi Melchor, si Chuy Class, Miyaka Wong, yay! Great job, Miyaka. Thank you for coming. And K. Jane, Gabriel, please keep rolling and keep commenting so you can get this wallet, Coach wallet, and $100 peso load if you are in Philippines.
Oh, 1,000?
Oh wow, look at that.
Okay, guys, this just
Shalina's
in.
mom she was inspired because you keep on writing. So she said now it's 1,000 pesos ang load. Yay!
Wow. Can you
Look
just
at
give that
that.
to me instead?
Yes, you will have a good. Can you imagine? Look at how great Shalina as an interviewer. Ang galing, ang galing ng host natin.
I have to use my journalism skills somewhere.
Yeah, very, very good, Shalina. It's like flawless. Yes. So now let's go back to the question.
Yes. Segueing a little bit, can you talk a little bit, because you're a chairman for Women's Federation of World Peace, right?
Yes.
How did you come about that?
Oh, thank you. This is where it became very good. I mean, my life, as I was mentioning in the beginning, I am basically a person with very low self-esteem and poor confidence when I was growing up. But deep within me, I always feel like I wanted to do something. I want to make a difference in people's lives. And then I met the church and I became part of the Women's Federation for World Peace since 1992 in the Philippines. Even when I moved here in America in 93, I continue to be a part of that organization. And then I moved here from Chicago in 2006. And then 2015, I became the chairwoman of Arizona chapter, Women's Federation for World Peace chapter chairwoman. And since the time, Women's Federation is an organization that really trying to promote and empower women to become the best of themselves. And it is women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God. And it empowers women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. That's what Women's Federation is all about. So that gives me more chances to actually harness my ability to make a difference in our community. And that's the beginning of people come to know Rhia in the community here in Arizona.
I think that year was the first time I actually met you too. That was, wow, that's 5 years ago now. So what kind of activities have you guys done since 2015 so far?
Oh, the beginning part of Women's Federation is mostly doing a lot on reconciliation. We did a lot on Bridge of Peace ceremony, which brings reconciliation of different cultures and mother and daughter relationship issue, something like that. And then we also have community services, and this is where I met many Latina online radio hosts. That's helped me to get to know them and bring them to Entre Mujeres. I was able to be invited to come to Entre Mujeres Radio through the Women's Federation for World Peace.
Gotcha.
And that's how I got the show.
Everything just comes full circle.
Yes, it comes in full circle. Yes.
How can people get involved with the organization if they want to?
Oh, it's our Women's Federation is actually inviting everyone to become a friend. It's the one of the best thing they can do is just become a friend of the Women's Federation for World Peace USA, and if they can go to wfwp.us, and if they I affirm that women's value is in the eyes of a loving creator and God-given dignity of women, and believe in promoting healthy and virtuous relationship within the family, and seek to embrace one global family and community through service, education, reconciliation, and the celebration of unique differences, and affirm that motherly heart of compassion is crucial for creating genuine peace. If you believe in this commitment, then you can become a part of the Women's Federation for World Peace by signing at wfwp.us. So, and or let me know, and I actually can give you a sponsorship to become a member.
Oh, wow.
Yes, today we are giving a sponsorship to the first one to say, I want to be a part of Women's Federation for World Peace. It's a $50 membership a year, and that is my gift to you from Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Thank you, Shalina.
Yeah.
I was able to help promote the Women's Federation for World Peace, and because this is the one who actually really molded me and helped me to, as I was mentioning before, I am a kid who has low self-esteem and very poor self-confidence. But because of the Women's Federation for World Peace, I finally found my power. It's our divine women power. and realizing our unique value as a woman, it makes us really powerful.
Yeah.
And that's a power of a woman.
Definitely.
It's our femininity.
I do want to ask too. The Arizona chapter was recognized as exemplary in 2016, right?
Yes.
And then I know you mentioned before that was the same year that you were diagnosed with breast cancer.
Thank you. That's in 2016 I got diagnosed with breast cancer, but it did not deter me from continuing to help Women's Federation for World Peace. And in that year, because they see how much we work, the Arizona Women's Federation chapter was recognized as an exemplary chapter on our national conference in New Jersey. And that actually led to my determination, since that was 24th anniversary. And at the 25th anniversary of Women's Federation for World Peace, I challenged myself to bring the national conference here in Arizona without money in the bank. I just trust God, because I believe in the saying that if God has given you a vision, He's not looking for your bank account, but He's looking at your faith. And I bank on that one. And I actually felt, if I believe in this vision, then more than 200 women can come. In fact, Sharon was there, your mom was there in that conference, Shah. Remember that? So we were able to establish the 200 women conference through the support of this Latina and online radio host who invited me to come to Entre Mujeres Radio to promote that event. And that's why it's a very the Latina community is very close to my heart, because they are the first one who actually gave me the opportunity to share this vision to the Latina community and to our community in the Filipino community. I was invited 5 times to share this event. And on the 5th time, I got the guts and say, Javier, Veronica, I actually was interested to have a radio show for Filipino community, and at that time there was no Filipino radio show. And because of my guts, even I have no talent, I have no experience to be a radio host. I just feel like, say it. When you feel that you have something burning inside you, say it. And the moon and the stars will actually give it to you if you really, really want to accomplish something. And that was the beginning. And Javier and Veronica, thank you so much for giving me the chance to showcase the Filipino community at Entre Mujeres Radio through Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. And who would believe that that thing will last to 3 years?
Yeah.
Thanks to Naye Olvera and Irma Dail of De Mujer a Mujer, and Sandra Pulido of Vida Social Radio, who invited me to be part of their show to promote the event. And it is all because of Latina sisters who helped me. Elizabeth Enganaport and Dora Basaka and Adri Tuma, who became a part of my journey to meet this wonderful Latina community. Thank you.
So you did mention, BBSA has been on for 3 years now, and you've won some awards. I'm just going to list them out right now.
Thank you.
The Women Legacy by Sisterhood Extravaganza, Outstanding Community Service by Media by Chicago, Hispanic Community for Peace in Chicago, the Nationalism Award from the Annie Awards, Migration Advocacy and Media Awards 2019 awardee from the Commission on Filipino Overseas, the CFO in the Philippines. Like, what was it like knowing that this was your dream from the beginning? Like, what was it like receiving that and being acknowledged for your efforts?
It's actually humbling, because I never expect anything. Doing the radio, being a radio host is just, it's a childhood dream. You wanted to accomplish that because, you want your dream to be fulfilled. And when your dream is fulfilled, it is so satisfying. But the most importantly, I actually wanted to just serve. And in all those awards that was given to us at Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, I will not be able to get that without the support of the community. It was the community who supported me from the very beginning. And I thank the Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika committee who been a big part of the success of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Without the committee, without the community who embrace Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, we will not make it to even 1 year. But because there are so many of you who believe in what we can do to help promote us as Filipinos here in America and beyond, and I believe that is my passion, is promoting people. I love to promote. It's like a high. That is how I get my high when I can help to promote something. And to me, all those awards are actually, it drives me to even do more for the community. It's yes, it is an award, but it's also a responsibility. Every time you receive something, then you have to do more, and it's a recognition that weighs more on doing, be more responsible and give back. So thank you.
Yeah, and I know every year on your show's anniversary, it's in August, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first couple years, what was having an event, anniversary event like? What was that being like setting up? Because I know even then you were still giving back to the community with acknowledging, like the people who've been married for so long and all of that. Like, what was that like for you?
Oh, that's like our my joy, because before I have the radio show, I wanted to really give honor to the 50 years and above marriages, because those are the hardest thing to ever do, is to be married for a long time. And never, not many organizations honor those couples who've been married the longest. I dream of that. And that's why I did it for our first anniversary and our second anniversary, and it was not as many on the first. On the first, we were able to honor 9 married couples who've been married 50 and above. The longest was 63 years of marriage. And so we can inspire more couples to be married longer. And the second one was 60 years marriage, the last one we did. Unfortunately, we wish we could continue doing that, but because of pandemic, we could not have an anniversary celebration this year. And thank you for asking that question, Shalina.
Yeah, of course. I know whenever I went, I had a lot of fun, so I'm pretty sure. Yes. Hopefully, by this time next year, I'll come back.
Yes, sabi ni Marina Acevedo, great interviewer, very inspiring interview. Yay! Great job, Shalina. As you were mentioning, it was our anniversary of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika here in Arizona becomes like a community fiesta. And it's so amazing how all the committee of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika putting all together their efforts to help us to be known in the community and to bring all their friends. In fact, Ate Tess in our first anniversary have brought 5 tables. That's 50 of her friends.
Oh, wow.
And of course, your mom and you and your family were there cleaning up and arranging all those tables. Thank you so much, Sha. And even now, you are here on our second anniversary. Shalina, the Baysan production has a whole table of raffle prizes. Just came from Baysan production at that time, and I never forget that. And since andito na tayo, I have to mention Warizel Reliorta who is our Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika committee. Happy birthday, Juanicel! And kantahan na lang kita mamaya. Baka mag-alisan sila pag kumanta ko ngayon eh.
Okay, I don't know if there's some questions coming in.
Yes, we could not see our sabi ni I could not see my there. Cecil Rivera Maglalang says, I should read it because it talks about you. It's refreshing that you are the one being interviewed this time, Rhia, by our young future leaders in the making, Shalina Baysan and Kevin Hornsby. Congratulations and happy anniversary to you and Noel. Continuous blessing to the three of you. Yay! That's from Cecil Rivera Maglalang of Sweet Treats of Arizona. Ayan, ang aking mga kababayan sa YouTube, Pinay Lifestyle in Taiwan, hello Madman Babo, Ira Boholano, USA, Sis, Rain Rose, and Kulits Kid, and Kuya Santi, Ray Rose Channel, hello Sis Ira, yan, mga nagbabalik-balikan. This is the beauty of YouTube. People are actually very friendly in YouTube. So make sure, all my YouTuber friends, please do not forget to like and subscribe and comment to Shalina Baysan at our young Pilam leader and YouTuber and Kevin Hornsby Visuals, making sure add them in your subscribe to their channel today. And so we got this waiting for our Arizona YouTubers. Please continue to keep commenting the first 100 in Arizona.
The 100th comment.
Yes, the first 100 comment gets this if you are in Arizona. And if you are in the Philippines, hindi lang po 100 pesos ang ibibigay ni Baysan Production. Bibigyan pa kayo ng 1,000. Hala, ang galing ng ating Baysan Production. So make sure you subscribe to Shalina Baysan and Kevin Hornsby Visuals tonight. And Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, of course. Thank you so much po for joining. And please continue to subscribe and do not skip the harang or advertisements whenever a YouTuber has an ad. They work so hard to make it happen. And if you can please subscribe and keep that ads rolling, that's the only way. At this time, I'm not asking for sponsorship, but please watch and subscribe to Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. That would be your great contribution to us to keep going. Sorry. Keep going.
You're totally fine. I do have
Shalina.
a couple questions still as we're rounding out the end of this interview.
Yes.
What does it mean to you to be a Filipino, especially a Filipina woman?
To be a Pilipina is, to me, it means a heavenly mission. I feel nowadays we as Filipinas are everywhere, and it is because God has entrusted us with something really great. Because I feel God has called us for a reason, not only because we had to leave our hometown, we had to leave our home country because of our financial need, but also because there is a heart of a Filipina, a heart deep within any Filipino that we wanted to serve. And when we serve, we do the best we can. And whether you are a domestic helper in the Middle East or in Asia, or you are a nurse in the Middle East or a laborer in any country in the world, being a Filipina is someone who embodies the heart of service and love, not only for their family, but to the people they serve. They left their home and their children behind to be able to take care of someone else's child. And when they do that, they really serve their host country. And I believe that's why I feel we are called now the heavenly missionaries That's how I feel as a Filipina. We are now everywhere in the world because we have a greater mission to accomplish. And whether you are in the Philippines, bustling and hustling, the difficult life in the Philippines, if you are having a difficult time, mom and dad working so hard to make ends meet. But deep within every Filipino is a very hardworking individual who only wish to bring the best for their family. And I think that's how God can use us even more, because we know how difficult life can be. And what we want is to just give hope and give meaning to our future generation, that they will have a better future. And to me, that's what a Filipina is all about. Our attitude, our resilience, and our grit to keep it going, because we know the future will be brighter for our children and for our coming generation if we keep helping our family. And not only we do help our family, but we help the nation, because the gross national product of the Philippines is mostly coming from OFW. Right? Directly, dollars ang dumarating sa Pilipinas through the sweat and blood of our OFW. And I appreciate and acknowledge all of our people, not only as OFW, but any Filipinos. Even if you leave the Philippines behind, you never forget where we come from. We never forget to give back to our hometown, to give back to our country. And that's what makes us all really inspiring.
And that's a good segue to my next question, actually.
Galing talaga ni Shalina. Sabi ni Sir Rivera, great interview and discussion, Shalina Baysan.
The question is, like, what phrase or what few words inspires you, and like what helps you to keep going?
Thank you, Shalina. That's a hard question. Parang Miss Universe question yan. Purpose. Live a life of purpose. And every day of our existence, if we live with purpose, we can make a difference in someone's life. And live with gratitude. Always be grateful, even to the simplest thing in life. We can, to me, living simply is even a plant or a flower. You can see probably in my YouTube, in my Facebook page. It's even just a flower or a talbos ng kamote. It makes me happy. I am a very simple person who just want to give back and honor and be grateful for everyone who came to my life. It is everybody who actually become part of my journey that I knew who they are, and deep inside I appreciate you. I really love, especially my mom. May not be able to share to her everything all the time, but deep within me, I appreciate my mom deeply, who is now 86-year-old. Nanay, I love you. And I wish you were watching right now. Sorry. Ako, hindi pwedeng umiyak ang Miss Universe. Kaya hindi ako pwede pang Miss Universe. Iyakin. Yeah, so, and then last one I would say is leave a legacy. Leaving a legacy, whatever we do, is making sure that we leave a mark on someone's life that we touch.
Yeah, I think definitely you've touched a lot of people's lives in the Filipino community here in Arizona.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are a wonderful interviewer, Shalina. Ang galing mo. Naku, napaiyak mo talaga ako. Buti na lang, nagdala ako ng panyo. Ito yung tinakbo ko. Kaya ako na hiningal kanina. Just minute before the show begins, I have to get a napkin. I'm glad I took a napkin. And so, oh my God, this is such a... Javier, I have... Sharon, were you able to get who is the 100 person to comment? So our show ends in 1 minute and we haven't reached 100 comment. So keep posting and I will be able to watch who has the 100 commenter of today's episode. If you are in Arizona, you get this Coach wallet. And if you are in Philippines, you get 1,000 pesos. All the way will be given to you by Baysan Production. And maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. At bago magpatuloy at mag-end tayo, I just want to greet my daughter, Rina, my eldest, is turning 22 tomorrow. And Warisel Rilyorta and Kuya Kenneth, maraming all the way from Mamshi and Kuya Kenneth, happy birthday. And I love you and maraming salamat. Thank you so much, Shalina. And Kevin, come over and to just end the show with thank you to all of you for joining. I appreciate all of you and we wish to see you again very soon and we'll notify you whoever is the winner. Kevin, did you enjoy the show?
For sure.
Shalina, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the show? So please, if you enjoy the show, please keep on comments and please like and subscribe to Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. This is Rhia Luz. We signing out and we thank you for joining us today. God bless you. See you soon.
Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Join us again next time at entremujeresradio.net. Hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!
¿Te gustaría tener tu programa de radio? Desarrolla tu propio estilo bajo la asesoría y experiencia del equipo de profesionales de 𝐁𝐻 Publicidad, con más de 27 años de experiencia. Entre Mujeres Radio, la plataforma de internet para lograr tu sueño de ser una conductora profesional. Contáctanos en www.entremujeresradio.net. Entre Mujeres Radio, radio que se ve.